Good morning. I'm Pastor Herb. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about how we know that God cares for us out of Psalm 139. So, one of the reasons we know God cares for us is because he protects us. In verse 5 of Psalm 139, it tells us that the word says that you have beset me on every side. He encompasses us. He surrounds us. I like to think of it as in the old westerns, how they used to circle the wagons up to protect the people in the middle. Well, God's the wagons, you know. He, as long as we stay in the center there, we're good to go. Now we can kind of roam outside of that, and when we get outside of that, then all bets are off. There's some correction and some chastising and some redirection by God. But if we try to stay centered and try to keep Christ in the center of our life, like David the psalmist, we find ourselves surrounded, encompassed, beset. All these words mean the same thing, that we're the nucleus and God is all on the outside protecting us. And he cares so much about us that I don't even know how many people are on the planet right now. But all of his children, he surrounds and protects and keeps them from harm. Not that nothing bad's going to happen to you, but he's with you. David did a lot of wrong things in his life, but we learned from his example that as God called him a man after his own heart, we found that even though there's mistakes, even though we make wrong decisions sometimes, God's still with us. He cares so much about us. I know I personally experienced this in my life, because I know that for about a 10-year period, I walked away from God. I was walking after the pleasures of this world. And it took some time for him to draw me back in. But one of the things that made an impact was the fact that I knew I never thought differently, except for that he always cared for me. I knew he never left. He never moved away. He was always there, always caring, always protecting. When I look back now, and that was over 9 years ago that I had my little prodigal return. When I look back now, I see that he had his hand in all of my provision, protection. He watched out for me, for my family. I never did without. I never went without a home, without transportation, without a job, without food. When I did lose a job at one point in time, right when my money was ready to run out, God provided a job for me out of the blue, something I didn't even apply for. When you're trusting him, life is different. And you can trust that he cares for you because he's protecting your best interest. You're in his hand. And when you're in his hand, nothing in the world can stop you. So I hope you have a blessed rest of your week. God bless and take care.